but, that's the nature of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what are we on here? Episode 3?
Yep. Okay. What up, y'all? We are back. Episode 3 of the Orange Dog Theories. We hope you like the first and second episode. As you will know, we're going to be in different locations depending on guests and while we get our studio worked out. So, we're getting there. We're moving on up. But here's the thing. We're not your typical sports show, and I've said that a few times. What we like to do is we just like to talk about topics that are not necessarily up to date, but people talk about and people want to talk. You could compare it to like a barbershop talk, right? That seems fair. So we decided a fun one would be best draft class of all time. And that's loaded. And I like it because we disagree on everything. So you get to watch us banter. And that's the best shit. Is that's all we're here to do. We're here to entertain, talk hoops, and hopefully you guys gain something from it. And hopefully you think to yourself, yeah, you've got a point. So I know I'm right. But
let them judge.
Yeah, and remember to leave it in the comments. I want to hear what your favorite draft class is, and maybe it matches up with ours. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say what my favorite draft class is. He's gonna say what his favorite draft class is, and then I'm gonna talk about some other tweeners in there as well, because there are a couple that.
Are we talking about our favorite draft class or what we think is the best draft class?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say best draft class.
Or bet.
And the best way to do that would be to look at win shares, but I'm not going that deep. I'm just going to have my explanation for why that draft class is, but let's go best draft class of all time. How do you want to do it? On 3?
Wait, do you have your one already?
I have my one, for sure.
All right, hold on.
And by the way, I have my computer out because I got all the draft classes lined up. So we're going to try to we're going to be as factual as possible.
See, I had...
Are you gonna say it right now?
All right, we're going to do it.
All right, on 3, we're going to say... Fuck. All right, I'm nervous. I just want to get it right. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
84.
2017.
Who the fuck is... Well, I don't even have them on my radar, bro.
2017. But this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect for discussion. The question is, like, how did we get here? So let's start with Diggs with 84, because none of those guys are playing anymore.
Yeah, duh.
No, I know. So I'm just saying this is perfect.
Okay.
This is perfect. And we started, by the way, we are the same age. So we've played at the same time. We've done all these things. We played basketball together. So I like to hear him saying 84.
Yeah.
He's a historian.
MJ.
I'm also, okay.
Stockton.
Okay.
Barkley.
Just keep, let's talk. Let's go. All right. So
that's it.
So we got Hakeem, Barkley, and Jordan.
And Stockton. Best point guard in the league.
So those four are what you based it around, right?
Yeah.
Any other players in that draft that you can think of?
I think off the top of my head, no.
No, okay.
Those are the only ones I was like, this is it.
So here's where I agree with you. Most people would go to Jordan's class. I agree because it's Jordan and he's the GOAT. I think LeBron's the GOAT, but Jordan is GOAT 1. GOAT 1, GOAT 1A. So I agree you're picking the best player, right?
Yeah. Well, no.
Okay.
I think you can take MJ out too, but I think every player that I said can play in today's game. Even Stockton's old.
So let's walk through that. Let's walk through that.
Motherfucker.
I like that. Let's walk through that. So Jordan, sure, no problem. Where does Barkley fit in?
Barkley?
No, I'm saying like what kind of player would you? Who's today's Barkley? Like where
Barkley
does he fit
used to get the rebound and push it up.
I know.
Just
I'm saying
like Jokic or anybody. So he would be who he was in today's league. If not,
I just want y'all to hear that. We just compared Barkley to Jokic.
Nah, I'm not comparing. I'm just saying. Well, shit, fuck it. You can't compare because Barkley was a beast, bro. Like Barkley was the.
Do you think? But here's my thing. I agree. Barkley was a beast, no doubt. I think Jokic is a more advanced Barkley. He's a better passer and a better scorer. I think he's just an elevated Barkley.
Well, because the game is elevated.
The game has changed.
But I'm saying if he moves them players and continues Stockton,
yeah,
I think he could play. He wouldn't be, amazing, but he was tough.
Well, no, I think I would not. The only knock I would have on Stockton is point guards are getting bigger.
Yeah,
right.
More
shifty, but he has everything. He's got the bag.
Yeah.
So
I think he would have elevated his game too.
For sure. I can agree.
The same with Hakeem, so that's why I put them.
Hakeem's an interesting one because, he was all about the dream shake and things like that. And I'm trying to think.
He had the footwork.
So I'm trying to think of a player who's maybe not the most athletic per se, but their footwork. Honestly, Hakeem and Jokic.
Embiid.
Oh, Embiid's a good one. I like that. Embiid's and they're both physical, and he's got good footwork.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's why I chose 84.
84.
Now, all right, y'all got that. Solid. 2000 what? 17?
2017.
Just what?
And I'm going to run through the list, and here's why. So I was debating between 2017 and 18. Here's why. 2018 is an easy one to look at because it's so controversial. It's Luka and Trey, right? Everybody goes back to that. So just like he picked Jordan, I thought 2018 originally because Luka, he's going to be the face of the league. Well, first I thought LeBron. Let's go look at LeBron's class 2003. But ultimately, it's not deep enough. It's
only 3 people.
It's like three or four,
yeah.
right? You've got LeBron, Chris Paul, D-Wade, and Bosh. Or Bosh too, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think, is Chris Paul in that class?
No, you're right. Chris Paul's not out.
Yeah.
Chris Bosh is in that class.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So you got those guys. And Melo, to me, just never quite reached the level of Chris Paul, LeBron. I don't think he did. I think Melo's arguably the most talented scorer out of those groups, but Melo just never did it for me. I mean, when you look at his rapport, like he's never gone to the finals.
It's
right?
not his fault.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like sometimes players drag their team. Like I'll give you an idea. Like Kawhi, when he was with the Raptors, I know he had a good supporting cast, but bro, he dragged that team to the finals.
Okay.
Right. So let's just say 2003. That's in my head where I wanted to go. So then what did I do? I started doing some research. I'm gonna just read out the 2078 draft class, the notables. Markelle Fultz. He's playing great basketball right now, and I don't think he's a bust. But let's say Fultz was number 1. Then it gets fucking crazy how deep this class is, right? You got Tatum, Jarrett Allen, Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox, Lauri Markkanen, Donovan Mitchell. So, let's just think about that real quick. So Tatum, all-star this year. Jarrett Allen, all-star last year. Bam Adebayo, all-star multiple years. De'Aaron Fox, all-star. Lauri Markkanen, all-star. Donovan Mitchell, all-star. And we already said Tatum. So when I look at that, that's just this year. To me, that's a fucking crazy class. And the reason I put it over 2018, and so let me just read 2018, because that's the one I was going back and forth. You had DeAndre Ayton, who's good, but he's technically number 3 on this Phoenix Suns. You can debate that. 3 as in usage, right? So Ayton was kind of like Luka, point guard. Well, Chris Paul, but Luka's up there. Here's where I got soured on, right? I got soured on Trae Young. I feel like Trae Young's demise lately. I feel like we're not seeing the end of Trae Young, but we're seeing the end of Trae and Luka being compared to each other. A lot of people were always like, especially when he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, everyone was like, oh, Trae and Luka. But I think now this year has proven that Trae cannot carry a team. I just think Trae cannot carry a team, nor should he ever be compared to Luka. That trade, the Mavericks won. It's just that simple in my mind. So the demise of Trae was a big one, but here Miles Bridges was on that one too. So Miles Bridges also hit a little road bump, and I think if this was like 2 years ago, I would have added Miles Bridges to that 2018 class. So Trae getting a little bit sour, Jaren Jackson taking a little more time to develop. Shai Gilgeous was a big one. Shai Gilgeous was a big one that came out of that class.
None of those people. That's the best class?
No. That's not my best class. I'm still sticking by 2017. I'm just letting you know why 2018.
Well, I still can't believe.
I'm just saying this is why I think 2000. I was debating between 2017 and 18, and once I took a deeper look, there's certain players in the 2018 class that I think are on the decline. Whereas everybody on the 2017 draft class, I feel like is either where they need to be or even going further.
All right, so who was it in 17 again?
Let's go back to 17. So we got 17. We've got Tatum, arguably best player in the league right now. Jared Allen, Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox, Lauri Markkanen, and Donovan Mitchell.
Bro, and how long they've been in the league since 2000?
And this was always
How
going to
many
be the
years is
debate.
that?
Well, this was always, 2017. So
Yeah.
that's 6 years.
6 years. And none of them have championships.
Valid point. That's a valid point.
So how can you say that?
But for your
that's
thing,
the
if you're
best?
picking back, if you're going back, they have time, right? So Jordan didn't win.
Yeah.
No. But to Jordan's point, let's go back to Jordan, right? So Jordan, it took Jordan into his 30s to win his first championship. It's crazy to think about that. But Jordan
I'm just saying.
So I'm just saying, but I'm saying none of these guys are close to their 30s. These guys are all in their mid-20s. So they've got plenty of time to win their championships. Tatum could arguably win one this year. So that's what I'm saying. And this is why it was going to be hard. Like if we really, the best thing would have been, dude, what's the next 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
But Jordan, all those guys are retired. So we know what their careers look like. The problem with 2017 is we don't know what their end career looks like, right?
Yeah.
So agree to disagree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it took a while for Jordan to win his first chip.
Okay.
Let me just double check. I want to say Jordan was 30 when he won his first chip. This is why we have the computer out, guys. I know.
Google fact check that one.
JJ Redick does the same shit. Don't worry. Jordan first. All right. 1991. How old? When did Michael? 1981. Jordan first championship. How old? Oh, okay. So I made a mistake. He was 28. He was 28 when he won his first ring. And to be fair, all the guys that I just named are in their early to mid 20s. So they've got time.
Okay.
But here, I want to throw a wild card at you. Do you have another draft class that you?
Well, I was going to say, y'all let us know what y'all think about.
Yeah, let's start with that
Yeah.
one. So I picked 2017, and I'll tell you why. I told you
just
why.
told you.
But what I'm saying is, just to keep it very quick, I think when I look at that class, and in the next 10 years, what they could accomplish could very well be the best draft class of all time. When I think about those group of guys,
So you think they have the most upside?
I think they have the most upside.
Okay.
There is one other class that I think about. It's not the 2018, but that's what I'm basing 2017 is on current value. You are right. No championships, but they're so young. They've got plenty of time.
Okay.
And yours is 1984 because they did their
MJ,
thing.
Stockton, Barkley, Keem, I think they all could have.
So let's recap that. Jordan at six championships, and Hakeem at 2, and Stockton had none.
None, and Barkley
Okay,
had none.
and Barkley had none.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'll say about that. This is my argument. 2017 was deeper, but 84, the players that you picked, they did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
So that's the first one, y'all. Let us know. Are we fucking crazy? Or are we just wrong all around? So I want to hear 17, 18, or 1984, or you guys smoke too much weed. Y'all are out of your minds.
let us know.
Let us know.
All right, so my whole hang up was 96. Kobe, Ray Allen, Nash, AI, Marbury, Jermaine O'Neal, Marcus Camby. You know, they were deep.
So let me ask you this. Does that then focus, so what I've noticed is you went to Jordan's class and you went to Kobe's class. So do you think you're putting too much weight on the biggest player of the class?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, I mean, I'm just saying because you could take, like I said, MJ and Kobe out of that, and it's still fire players who did their thing.
Okay.
If you didn't want to, if we could take championships out of that,
Yeah.
I'm just saying because you said you're talking about deepness.
Yeah.
96 was notoriously known for being deep.
That's fair.
Every player on that cover, on that slam cover, went on and did big things.
Okay, I like that.
98 was a nice one.
98, okay.
That was Dirk, Pierce, Vince Carter, Rashard Lewis, Jamison Bibby, Katina Mobley.
Yep, those were good.
All silent killers, but
All silent killers.
they
That
didn't really
one,
do.
they never achieved the heights
Yeah,
of Kobe or
exactly.
Jordan. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. So here are the other ones. And this is a perfect example of Diggs, even though we're the same age, Diggs is an old head. we now know this. Here are a couple other interesting draft classes that I really like. And I had to do, when I did my research, it was actually like, damn. So let's look at 2014. Who do you think the first overall draft pick was?
I don't know.
Okay, it was Wiggins' class. So Wiggins has now grown into a good role player. Okay, I like it. But this class is crazy deep, and it's not what you think. It's Jokic, Embiid, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle. And I like it because Jokic is arguably the best player in the league, but he went second round. So I like that draft class. I thought it was unique. I think Jokic leads that class by far, even though I believe he was the mid-30 pick. Embiid is arguably second in the MVP run, right? So you got 1 and 2 right now. Zach LaVine, certified killer, but just hasn't done much yet. So we're still waiting on LaVine. Julius Randle playing at an all-star level right now. I like that. But for me, seeing Jokic and Embiid in the same class was pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. That is pretty impressive.
Because like if I look at modern-day basketball right now, we're looking at 1 and 2 in the MVP race, maybe tossing Tatum. So that was I like that class.
I agree.
But he just wasn't deep enough for me.
I agree.
It wasn't deep enough for me. I can't have 2 big men leading the class. And then here's another good one that I want to talk about. And this one's an interesting one. 2016. So that's Ben Simmons' year. So let's scratch Ben Simmons. You've got Sabonis, Pascal Siakam, Jaylen Brown, Brandon Ingram, DeJounte Murray, Pascal Siakam, and Jacob Poeltl, if you really want to add in Poeltl, and Jamal Murray.
What year was Steph? Who do you come in with?
See, this is why we need to have that one guy that types everything in.
You know, like, hey, Jenkins.
Well, tell me, now that you heard that, what do you think about that class? Like when you hear about what I just said.
Good class.
Good class, but nothing stood out to you?
No.
To me, that's a really deep class, but none of those players I would consider, like, they may not win the championship.
Yeah, they're just going to have to link up with the right team.
Right, okay.
I feel like it's a toss-up now, bro.
I know. Let me go back real quick. That's why I like 2017, because it was a mix of guys who were great players, but also potential championship winners. That's what I liked about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to talk about
Oh, yeah. Steph, Harden.
Yeah, that was another one I had pulled up. So that was a nice class. You had James Harden, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Blake Griffin,
Jeff Teague.
Drew Holiday. So that's an interesting class. I like that because 2019, so I was 19 years old when that happened. I was 19. And that was, like, peak basketball for me was probably when Hakeem won back-to-back because I was at the games, right? I watched him win. But to me, like, when I was 19, I was kind of falling in and out of basketball. I had played so long, and I just kind of was falling in and out. But that's a really good class, but ultimately I think no one lived up to their potential outside of Steph. Great class. All those players are hoopers, but I feel like DeRozan in Toronto just couldn't get past the finish line.
Same thing with Blake and
same thing with Blake. I mean, Blake, honestly, when Blake was playing, his first year he was injured, I think. Second year, I thought Blake was going to be top 10 best basketball players ever. Lob City. So I just feel like that class is good, but it's a lot of, like, what ifs. It's a lot of what ifs.
I agree.
And then I want to throw one more at you, unless you got another one pulled up that you like.
99.
Okay, let's talk about 99.
Ginobili.
Okay.
Sean Marion.
Okay.
Jason Terry, Baron Davis, Andre Miller, Rip Hamilton, Corey Maggette, Miller World Peace, Steve Francis.
So here's what I'll say about that. All hoopers, all certified killers, but none of them, you can come in, hey, but none of them, this is real life, guys. Wow, okay. That'll be a good part of the video. Thursday, chill.
So as soon as I sit down, she's gonna do it.
Yeah. So about that draft class, what I'll say about that draft class is all great players, but they could not quite. That's the real orange dog, guys.
Yeah, crazy dog.
But ultimately, that was the list of B-listers.
Yeah.
B-listers. So good
They all
class.
had decent careers.
They had decent careers.
That's all. It was deep.
And then I'll give you one more for food for thought. 2012 was an interesting year. Bradley Beal, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, and Chris Middleton.
Mm-hmm.
And Middleton is technically the only one, well, Anthony Davis, but that was just another class of what-ifs. Lillard, God, please, I hope you win a championship, but we'll see. Anthony Davis, great player. Arguably could have been top 10, but the body didn't allow it. Middleton got his chip, but not without Giannis. So I like that class. But 2017, man, I know we're running to our end, but 2017 to me is the perfect class of depth, but also players that could all potentially win a championship. So that's where I stand. And I'm happy about that. I like that. I like finding that mix of killers, because like you went back to Kobe and Jordan. I think in 10 years from now, if we would look back, we could probably add Tatum into that list as well. Hopefully. We don't know.
Yeah.
But if he wins a chip, I think that definitely puts him in. Definitely doesn't put him in Kobe and Jordan realm in terms of rings, but kind of once you get the first ring, you get a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
So ultimately, guys, tell us what year is your favorite. I got 2017. My man's got 1984.
Yep.
Tell us what you think. If you like it, we're gonna test engagement, guys. You guys, our best videos are definitely the show recaps, but I'm gonna keep putting out these videos, and we're gonna keep getting the hits. We want people to keep watching, because this is the stuff you need. I am not ESPN. I'm not Stephen A. I'm not gonna just talk about the gossip of the day. I want to talk about topics, especially as a card collector, right? So like as a card collector, I like to have these conversations because they're directly tied to cards. So like when I go into the store, and I want to buy a box of Select or Flawless or NT, these are the things that I think about. So like I love 2017-18 class because there's so many players that I could hit from it. You know what I mean? And you could argue the same thing with 84, if you found a box of 84 or something,
Yeah.
I mean, it's Jordan what you're looking for. But yeah, so let us know in the comments. And once we start getting the engagement up more and more, we're gonna start doing some fun giveaways. But check out my Instagram. I've got a fun giveaway now that we've hit. I think I was gonna do it at 1,000 followers, but I think we're almost at 1,400 now. So keep your eyes peeled for that. As soon as this video posts, I will make sure to do a little thank you for all of you guys checking in. So let's go Team 2017.